Hello everybody, so today I will talk about calculus. The topic today is about integration. So now I will show you how to answer. About this one, we can put into like this. Next, we know that 9x squared that's about 3x squared. This one that's about 2 multiplied by 3x. So in this situation, we need to add about number 1 in here. That means we need to minus number 1. So because I want to create about identities in here, negative with negative number 1, you will have positive number 1 in here. Next, number 1 with number 1, we have number 2. This one, we change about 3x plus 1 to the power of 2. Now, we can use about integration by trigonometric substitution. So I will put about 3x plus 1 equals to the square root of number 2 sine t. Because if we put this one go in here, we will have number 2 sine t square. Number 2 and number 2, we can do about factorization. 1 minus sine t square, we change for cosine t square, and later that we simplify by dx. So we do first derivative for the both sides. Because we still have s in here, so we have 3s. So I just put number 1 go to the right. And now we need to change this one. This one we change for this one. 3s we change for this one. ds we divide both sides by number 3. And we change ds into this one. Now we need to simplify. This one is about negative number 3. This one we have 2 sine t square. Number 2, we can do about factorization. One minus sine t square, we change for cosine t square. Cosine t, we simplify. So the square root of number 2 over 3 with number 2, we have the square root of number 2 over 6. Sine t divided by cosine t. Number 3 divided by cosine t. This one we change for 3 secant of t. And now we can get the final answer. The integral of this one, we have negative ln of the absolute value of cosine t. The integral of secant of t, we have ln of the absolute value of secant of t plus tan t. And we put about c. about t, that is about this one. So we divide both sides by the square root of number 2. And we have t equal to arc side of this one. So we put this one to replace for t. And this is the final answer. Question number 2. We need to add number 1 in here. Later that we minus number 1. This one is about identity. So we need to use about integration by trigonometric substitution. So I will put about x plus 1 equal to secant of t. Because if we put this one go in here, we have secant of t square minus 1. We change for tan t square, and later that we simplify by the x. Because we still have x in here, so we put number 1 go to the right. We do first the derivative for the both sides. So this one we go in here. This one we change for secant of t minus 1. The x we change for this one. This one we change for tan t square. The square root of tan t square we have tan t. Tan t divided by tan t. Negative number 1 plus 3. So we will have about secant of t plus 2 secant of t dt. So we have secant of t square plus 2 secant of t. The integration of secant of t square we change for tan t. This one we have 2 ln of the absolute value of secant of t plus tan t, and we put about c. About t, that is about this one. So we got about t equal to our secant of x plus 1. So we put this one to replace for t. We know that secant with our secant we have x plus 1. And this is the final answer. The next one. This one we can write like this. So we have x squared, we have 4x, that's about 2 multiplied by 2x. So that means we need to have 2 square. Later that we need to minus 2 square. Negative with negative 2 square, we have positive number 4 outside in here. And this one we change for x minus 2 to the power of 2. So I need to use about integration. By trigonometric substitution. So I will put about x minus 2 equal to 2 sine t. So we put this one, we have 4 sine t square Number 4, we can do about factorization. 1 minus sine t squared we change for cosine t squared. The square root of cosine t squared we simplify, and we simplify by the x. Because we still have x, so we put negative number 2 go to the right. So we do first the derivative for the both sides. So we put this one going here. S we change for 2 plus 2 sine t. The x we change for 2 cosine t dt. So this one we have 4 sine t squared. Number 4, we can do about factorization. This one we change for cosine t squared. The square root of 4 cosine t squared we change for 2 sine t. 2 cosine t. This one divided by this one. Number 2 plus number 2, we have 4. And now we have the final answer. About this is about t. About t, that's about this one. So we divide both sides by number 2. So we have t equal to arc sine of s minus 2 over 2. So we put this one to replace for t. This is the end. Thank you for watching.